to the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. It's a New Year's Day special here on ESPN as we get set for the Chicago Bulls, looking for a win at home against the New York Knicks. All right, as this game gets underway, what's the key to success for Chicago here tonight?
Aaron Aflalo has been bouncing around the league. But again, what he brings is a knowledge of who he is at this point in his career. Still a good defender and a good spot-up shooter. You need those 3 and D type of guys to help balance out any team.
The assist from number 7.
Pau Gasol was a champion in Los Angeles, Jeff. He wants to be a champion in Chicago. He's been a nice fit for the Bulls.
So many people thought his career was on the downside when Chicago signed him a season ago. But he proved last year to be, along with Jimmy Butler, the 2 most important players on their roster. Pau Gasol really was good for the Bulls last year, and I expect him to be an excellent addition again this year.
Two minutes left in the first quarter.
Gasol forces it with the time winding down on the clock. Calderon brings it across. Porzingis trying to get down low. Takes another shot, knocks it down for 2. Jeff, we saw glimpses of Derrick Rose last year when he was healthy. He is still one of the special players in the NBA.
There's no question. The combination of strength and speed. He's got unique talent that doesn't come along very often. And when he's able to knock this rust off that's accumulated over the last few years due to injury, and he can get back to that consistent, efficient play that we've grown accustomed to, he's certainly an elite point guard.
Gets to the rim, and Doug McDermott with a 2-pointer.
Oh, look at the use of the body to create the space to get the ball up and in the basket. Nice job.
Anthony the jumper. Can't get it to go down.
Hey, that shot right there is exactly the type of shot you have to force if you're the defensive team trying to work your way back into the game.
Sets up the defender with the up and under. That's a 2.
2 points.
Calderon against Rose. Fires for 2. And Jose Calderon with the bucket. Final seconds. First quarter complete. Chicago's down by 3. Back with more New Year's Day basketball here on ESPN after the break. Second quarter is set to begin. No one comes out strong here to begin the first. What do you expect now, Jeff?
Well, both teams have to look for some sort of consistency. No consistency in their play. Up and down first quarter, both teams close, but not well played.
Rose jump shot. That's a 3. Derrick Rose with 5 points and 1 rebound.
Now that's perfect right there. You're watching a great shooter, like a great artist, go to work. Beautiful form, finish, and follow.
You know, Jeff, I know it's a small sample size, but what do you think of this 19-year-old kid from Latvia, Kristaps Porzingis?
Well, Porzingis, like you said, Mike, had a good summer. You don't read too much into the summer, either good or bad, but more importantly, I like his mentality. He loves the game, he loves to compete, and I think you're going to see a guy in a few years develop into an all-star level player for the New York Knicks.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Anthony against Mirotic. Has to put it up. The shot clock running down. Rebounded by Gasol. Rose bringing it up. Gasol's looking to do damage in the paint. For three, the wide open shot. He's able to hit on a beautiful feed.
The assist from number 16, Gasol.
Calderon against Rose. Jeff, the Knicks didn't sign those marquee home run type free agents, but they did get a couple of real professional guys who like defense. What do you think of the Aaron Aflalo and Robin Lopez signings?
I really like both, Mike. Aaron Aflalo has proven to be a very good NBA two-guard in that he can shoot the three, and he's a very sound defender. And then Robin Lopez, opposite type of player than his brother Brook over in Brooklyn. Both signings, I think, are going to help New York dramatically.
Aflalo for two, able to knock it down. The Knicks down by 3.
Hey, you can only control what you can control. The defense there was great. It was just a better shot.
Rose against Calderon. Oh, nice rejection by Lopez. Aflalo jump shot. Rose the rebound. It'll count if it goes. And the first half comes to an end. The Bulls up by 3. Jalen Rose and his halftime report just around the corner.
Welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report, brought to you by yours truly, Jalen Rose. The Bulls have themselves a close game after 2 quarters, and they've stayed in it with some excellent three-point shooting. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to have that success from long range in the second half. The Knicks aren't down by much after 2 quarters. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. 3-point field goal percentage.
You know the saying, anything you can do, I can do better. Well, that's exactly what these teams have been doing with their long-range shooting. The confidence from beyond the arc has made for a great matchup.
Player of the half.
Gasol has got the trifecta going, leading all players in points, rebounds, and assists. This is turning into the kind of performance where people are going to lie and say, oh yeah, I was at that game when he did all of that. What I do know is Mike Breen and JVG are actually at the game, and I'm sure they're impressed.
Who was cold?
Melo hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. And here's a look at his stat line. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Mike and Jeff are ready to get started, so we send it back to them now.
For the second half. Along with me is Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Chicago's got a slim lead as the third quarter gets underway. But Jeff, this one's anyone's game right now.
It is very closely and hotly contested. I like how both teams are playing. They've just got to try to get a little bit more separation with some sound quality possession.
Butler on the drive. Remember last season, Jeff? First time NBA history, Powell and Marc Gasol, the first brothers to start the All-Star game. There are a lot of differences in those two brothers, but they have some similar characteristics as well.
Agreed. Both are terrific passers. Both can finish with either hand, and they both, with different body types, rebound the basketball. And oh, by the way, we'll probably see both in the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Rose against Calderon. Has to put it up. Shot clock winding down. Knocks it down. A two-pointer. 4-point lead for the Bulls.
Once again, you can see why these are the best athletes in the world. Nowhere to go, no time basically left on the shot clock, and he was able to manufacture a great field goal because of his innate ability.
Rose against Calderon. Jeff, the Bulls, you know, are going to be right there fighting night in and night out. If Derrick Rose stays healthy, they certainly have a chance to compete for a championship, don't they?
Absolutely. The Eastern Conference is wide open. It really is. And Derrick Rose, we can forget, Mike, how good he was pre-knee injuries. The Bulls, with their talent level, they have a chance.
And Pau Gasol with 8 points. Chicago's leading New York by a score of 22-18. Anthony fires away from downtown. Anthony shot from three-point land. No good. Rose against Calderon. Here's the pick. Finds his space and takes the wide open three. And Derrick Rose with the play from way downtown. He's averaging 14 points per game this season.
That's just big-time offensive basketball in the NBA. Searching the open man out, hitting him on time and on target, and then finally capitalizing.
It's good and one. He got there late. The foul called against McDermott. And Carmelo Anthony will get to shoot a free throw tonight for the first time in the game as he looks to complete the three-point play.
Absorbs the contact, finishes the shot, and now works his way to the free throw line.
Rose against Calderon. At the buzzer. Third quarter in the books. Chicago's up by 4. Stay with us. More New Year's Day basketball after this short break. Fourth quarter just about ready to get underway. Whoever gets some stops is probably going to win this game.
But Mike, I'm worried. I don't see the intensity or the passion or the commitment defensively from either team. I don't think either team has the heart to stand in there and get the stops necessary.
The assist from number 6.
Chicago's leading New York by a score of 25-23. Screen set nicely. Rose against Calderon. Quick move to get inside. That's good for 2. Chicago's shooting 55% from the field.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
Calderon against Rose. On the drive. It's good. 2-point game.
Left in the fourth quarter.
Rose for 2 again here. Rose's jump shot won't go.
He's a great shooter, but he could have driven the ball into the paint and made a play for his teammates.
Whistle sounds out of bounds, so it'll be Knicks ball. Chicago's leading New York by a score of 27-25. Swatted away by Gasol. Lets it go. Lopez's shot for 2 misses.
And you got to know the shot clock. You got plenty of time to create a better opportunity. Work it to get the best quality shot you can.
Defense nowhere around. A 3-pointer. Misfires from beyond the arc. Gets to the rim. Strong on the offensive glass. Knocks it down. What a clutch play. Gasol's looking to set up in the paint. Puts it up for 2. Oh, what a shot.
I'm shocked. There's finally been a lead change in this game late in the fourth quarter. How rare is this to see the first lead change happen so late in a contest?
Moves around the defender. Wide open for 2. Oh, clutch shot. And they call a timeout as we're winding down the fourth here. It'll count if it goes for the win. 4 quarters complete and still tied up, so we go to overtime. We'll be right back. The crowd now fired up for this overtime. Calderon coming across. Aflalo for 2. Won't go. Gets past the defender for 2. Lopez the rebound. He's averaging 5 rebounds per game this season. Porzingis looking to operate from down low. Gets it off. Knocks it down. That's a 2-pointer. And Jose Calderon with 8 points. Oh, excellent screen. Mirotic hoping for position in the paint. Gasol for 2, lets it go. That shot ties it up. What a play. Lopez fires, gets it to go, and it's a 2-point lead for the Knicks. To the rim, and that won't go.
Some might question that shot right there. I like that shot. You have a great player who's a great shooter, I like the creativity. He just missed it.
Anthony, and here's the double. Lets it go, puts it in, 2-point game.
The assist.
2 minutes gone by in overtime. Chicago's down by 2. Oh, quick, puts it in, 4-point game. Rose against Calderon. Inside to the basket. The two-pointer won't go. And Derrick Rose is called for the intentional foul.
Hey, that's good, smart basketball. You're down in the fourth quarter late, and you're not in the penalty. Get aggressive defensively. Try to get a steal. And even if you pick up a foul, you know they're just going to take the ball out of bounds.
First free throw, good. Nice job at the line. They're now up 6. And a timeout is called.
You don't need a 3 right now. Attack the basket, get the quick 2, or get to the free throw line, which allows you to set your defense and try and force a turnover.
There's a 1-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Mirotic against Porzingis. Lopez the rebound. There's the whistle. They had to stop the clock, so they give the foul. And he connects on the first free throw. He hits the pair of free throws. Their lead is now 8. Fires for 3. And overtime was needed to decide this one. The final score is 41-33. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for watching and good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks put together a nice win here today. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they scored their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks. The Bulls couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Blocks.
The Chicago Bulls gave up a lot of blocks in this matchup. However, they did win in the forced shots category, which is how I think a lot of those swats were even made possible.
Player of the game.
Jose Calderon was an easy choice for this segment. When you're the game leader in points, it's hard not to stand out. And he did exactly that in today's matchup. Let's check out the shot chart. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time.